What's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna be replacing my alternator. As you guys know, or if you don't know, this car isn't running that well, and some of the problems I feel like are leading to the alternator. So I'm gonna replace the alternator and the battery. Pretty sure you guys know how to replace the battery, but I'm gonna kind of show you guys how to replace the alternator on a 01 to 05 i300. There's obviously more detailed videos out there on how to do this, but I'm gonna just show you how I'm gonna do it. Let's go. I already started. I already jacked up the car and everything. I took out the splash shield from under the car. I don't want to take off my front bumper because that means I would have to take off the radiator. And I don't want to take out the radiator because I don't want to do all the process of taking it out, draining it, putting it back in, things like that. So I'm gonna just go from under. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to take out an alternator, but here's the alternator, the old one right here. Just release the tensioner off the belt, disconnect a bunch of things on the alternator. Boom, you're done. I already took out the battery and everything, just so no power is to the alternator, or else you could short a lot of things in your engine. The alternator I got is the Ultima alternator. I got this off O'Reilly's. Shout out my boy Oscar for hooking it up. And I also got a new battery. Super Start Extreme. I think it's pretty good, so let's get to it. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the old one. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, once you're under the car, get a 14, I believe. Get it on the tensioner. Got the belt off. He finally helped me to get it off. It was hella hard to get it off because you can't even see down there, but the pulley down there was hella hard to take off. I had to use this freaking small wrench to pull it off, and I needed his help to pry it off because I didn't have the right tool to get enough leverage on loosening up the tension. But I got it. We got it off. No, don't touch it. But now let's hopefully try to take out the alternator, and hopefully there's no issues with that. All right, it's the next day. Yesterday kind of ran out of time. Getting dark, getting late. So now, so I got the whole alternator disconnected, but I can't get it out because I have to take out the entire radiator, which sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. You gotta take out the radiator. I'll show you guys how to do that. First thing is you're gonna have to drain the coolant. So loosen this up, and then when you go under the car, I'll loosen a bunch of things down there. I'll show you the guys when I get down there. But up top, you got some connectors you gotta take out. This elbow hose. A couple 10 mils right here for the bracket of the alternator, and then once the top is unbolted and the drain is drained, and once it's drained and everything's unbolted from the bottom, basically take out the radiator, and then you'll be able to slide out the alternator, put in a new one, then you're done. Also, this is probably a good time if you want to replace your belts. This is probably a good time to do it since the radiator is out, or if you want to get new fans, it's probably a good time to do it.
I think your wrap's coming off.
I think your wrap's coming out. Alright, so we got the radiator out. I finally got the alternator out. It's hella dirty, and it looks like it could be like the original one from when the car was freaking made. So hopefully this was bad, and I didn't just buy a new one, just buy a new one. I took the radiator out. It's all the way over there. Low key, pretty easy. I was kind of freaking out because I don't want to take out the radiator, but it's whatever. So this is what it looks like without the radiator. The alternator goes literally right in this area. You see the stud right here? The bottom of the alternator slides onto that, and it just goes right there. This is a lower radiator hose. So this stud, you cannot take out the alternator until you take out the radiator. Because this space, if you try to pull out the alternator from here, it's just gonna hit the radiator like you guys saw in previous clips. But yeah, take out the radiator, lower radiator hose, these two transmission lines, plug them up so they don't leak any oil, slide out the alternator, you're good. This will probably be a good time to replace your belt because look at all this space right here, you don't gotta worry about anything else. Yep, if you wanna replace any pulleys, things like that, it's probably a good time to do it now so you don't have to keep taking out the radiator and everything. But yeah, let me put on the new alternator, put everything back together. I'm sweating, the Giants are playing. If there's any Dodger fans watching this, you can suck it. I'm just kidding. But yeah, let's get to it. All right, just put it back in. All right, I have a bit of a dilemma. So So there's supposed to be a bolt at the top right here, but I needed a bolt to plug up this transmission line, and I'm using that bolt. Got the alternator back in, pretty simple. Just do whatever you did to take it off. The 2 bolts in the front, the connector at the top, and then that little 12 mil connector at the top as well. Put your belt back on before you put on your radiator, or else you're not gonna be able to do it that easy. Also check your belt for cracks or anything. Mine is pretty good. I got no cracks, no nothing. Crack is whack, and we're good. Now we put it back on. It's pretty self-explanatory on how to put the belt back on. You just loosen the tensioner, put it back on the way it's supposed to be, you're good. Have Christian put a diagram like right here. If you have an IS300 or just a 2J GE, it's probably all the same. So reference this if you need a belt or serpentine belt diagram.